For 11 years, every single Sunday, Harold drove to the same cemetery. He always brought the same thing, one white rose. Her favorite. His wife Margaret had passed 11 years ago, but to Harold, she never really left. He would sit beside her grave, talk to her, tell her about his week. The neighbor's dog barked all night again, Margaret. You would have laughed. One Sunday morning, Harold arrived at her grave and stopped. Someone had already placed a white rose on Margaret's grave. Harold looked around the empty cemetery. Nobody was there. He sat down slowly, staring at the rose, his hands trembling. Who knew Margaret? Who still remembered her after all these years? The next Sunday, another white rose. Already there. Before Harold arrived. Harold came earlier the following week, 5 a.m., and waited. Just as the sun began to rise, he heard quiet footsteps on the gravel path. An old woman, maybe 80, walked slowly toward Margaret's grave. Harold stood up. The woman saw him and froze. Harold asked gently, "Did you know my Margaret?" The woman's eyes filled with tears. She nodded slowly. "Margaret was my best friend. 60 years ago, she saved my life." Harold could not speak. He had been married to Margaret for 45 years and never knew this. The old woman reached into her coat and pulled out a small folded letter. "Before Margaret passed, she wrote me this. She asked me to give it to you when I felt the time was right." Harold's hands shook as he opened it. It said, "My darling Harold, if you are reading this, you are still visiting me every Sunday. That makes me smile wherever I am. Please know, every Sunday when you talk to me, I heard every single word. And please stop being so lonely, Harold. God still has beautiful plans for you. I love you. Always. Margaret." Harold collapsed onto the bench, letter pressed against his heart, weeping like a child. The old woman sat beside him quietly and held his hand. The people who truly love us never really leave. They just find quieter ways to remind us they are still there. God always makes sure of that. Drop a if you believe.